here joined with Rachael from the Merrill Writers Group. Okay, Rachael, so nice to have you join us today. So we have something awesome coming up this weekend, an event in Merrill. So tell us a little bit about it.
So the event is being put on by the Real Writers Group in Merrill, and it's our first poetry slam, and we're taking kind of an open mic style for this event. It's been something that the group has been talking about for a long time. I think a year ago is when it was first brought up. So we're really excited to finally be doing this. Everybody is welcome to come. You can read a poem that you wrote, or you can read something that somebody else wrote. You can read something that's already been published. And we'll be in the Leitiger room at the Sawmill in Merrill, Sawmill Brewery. And you're welcome to attend whether you're a member of the group or not. We don't really have members in the group. There's not like a sign up or anything. You don't have to, it's just a come and go as you please to the meetings.
And so for those that kind of are hesitant to do to come to this event, to, maybe they're a little timid to read some poetry at this event, or maybe something out of their journal, what kind of advice would you give to those first timers trying to, stand up on that podium and read a little bit of something they've been, maybe hiding away for some time?
It can definitely feel intimidating. One of the reasons we're actually doing this is to practice that. We have members in the group who want to share more. I'm one of them. I have been writing poetry pretty much my whole life, but I have a really hard time reading it and sharing it. So this is a way to just practice it.
And so you said you've been doing it your whole life. So what made you want to get involved in the Real Writers Group? When did you get involved?
Well, I kind of helped start it. The group has been around since last November. November is National Novel Writing Month, and I was at the library doing a write-in with my students who were also participating in Writers Month. And I opened up the meeting to the community, and we had two other local writers, Jim Finucane and Tom Berg, show up, and we just sat down and we started talking about how we didn't really know any other writers in the area. We knew that there were other writers. We just didn't have those connections to be able to work with them. And we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could just have a group that could meet and do critiques and talk about some of the things that we were facing?
What would you say was one of your favorite poetry pieces that you've written?
It's hard to choose. I've written a lot.
Any specific titles, headlines you remember that you just okay, this was one of my favorite?
Well, I have one that I wrote last October, 2 Octobers ago, when my daughter was 3 months old.
Oh.
And we took a road trip to New Hampshire with a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old, which was interesting. And we were out to eat with my husband's family, and there were 20 people at this big restaurant, and my daughter got hungry, so I took her outside to nurse. And I wrote a poem about that moment of standing outside and looking in through the window at the rest of the family eating. And it was windy and it was kind of cold, and I was feeling kind of sorry for myself. And then I looked down and my daughter was just looking up at me and was like, nobody else sees this. This is just for me. So that's what the poem is about.
I love it. You can see the emotion in your eyes. Love it. So poetry is that's what it is, right? It's releasing emotion. It's speaking what you feel, what your thoughts are in that moment. And I think anyone should try it. And just like you said, don't be hesitant. You can give yourself some time. You can read what you want to read, what you don't want to read. So that's kind of the message that, for those that are interested in doing more poetry and learning about it. So one last chance, Rachael. So Real Writers Group, and it is held in Merrill this weekend. The title of the event is Poetry Slam.
Yep.
And what time again this weekend? What day and when does it start and where?
It's Sunday, the 24th, at Sawmill Brewery, starting at 1 p.m. It will be in the Leidiger room, which is upstairs, to give us a little bit more of a kind of closed community feel. And we don't have an end time. We'll see how many people show up, and we'll just go until people want to leave, I guess.
With any ticket prices or at the door or
Nope.
anything like that?
Nope, totally free. Just come and hang out.
Okay.
Everybody's welcome.
Well, okay, that's okay. So thank you. Thank you so much, Rachael, for taking the time and joining us. We hope that many people come and take that first step into poetry this weekend, and hopefully more are interested in getting to learn more about poetry.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be great.
Okay, thanks, Rachael. Have a good day.
You too.